Welcome back to Movies Explained. Today's film is a horror mystery from 2024 titled Trap. The film opens with a young girl, Riley, driving to her favorite singer's concert with her father, Cooper. She makes him stop by a spot from where she sees her favorite singer, Lady Raven, entering the venue. Subsequently, they make their way towards the arena among a huge crowd. Cooper asks Riley about her time at school, so she awkwardly tells him how her friends have pushed her away for no reason. Once they make it inside the stadium, Riley ecstatically cheers while Cooper remains fixated on the extra tight security, in which cops are included as well. He finds something fishy, so when the concert starts, he walks to the bathroom. His dark side is revealed there when he pulls out his phone and checks up on a young dude through surveillance that he's held hostage. When he walks out of there, he's approached by Jody's mother, who apologizes for what Judy's done to Riley and requests that he help the girls unite and become friends during the concert. Outside the arena, the SWAT unites line up in front of the front gate, along with an FBI profiler. Cooper joins Riley in the concert, but due to a short recess, he takes her out to buy some merch, where he uses his charms to find out the deal behind the cops in security. The employee tells him a classified secret, revealing that the entire concert is a trap set up for their town's serial killer, Butcher. Cooper panics on this inside and pushes an innocent girl off the stairs to divert the security so he can escape through the entrance, which is even more heavily guarded. Hence, he takes Riley back to the concert, where another singer makes his entrance from beneath the ground, right in front of Cooper and Riley's seats. Cooper tries to convince Riley to climb down the opened entrance in order to escape, but Riley finds it absurd and refuses to do so. Out of options, Cooper heads back to the merch stall, where he uses his kindness to make the employee walk down the inventory to grab one shirt just for Riley. During that session, Cooper steals his security card and finds out all the employees are given a code to identify themselves in front of the cops. The employee reveals his code to be Hamilton. Cooper now uses the stolen card to access the employee room, where a SWAT unit is being prepared to take down the Butcher. Cooper walks among them and gets to their softboard near the coffee stand, only to get a glimpse of what they got on him so far, but finds nothing specific and leaves. On his way out, he steals a walkie-talkie from the SWAT unit to eavesdrop on them. Outside, he's once again approached by Jody's mother, who forces him to bring Riley to Jody and her friends. Simultaneously, the security tackles a man they doubt is the Butcher. When Cooper joins Riley in the concert, he puts the earpiece attached to the walkie-talkie and finds out the FBI profiler is alerting all units that they've captured the wrong guy and orders them to start searching men for a wrist tattoo, which Cooper happens to have. He immediately hides it by wearing a concert band and goes out to trigger a fire alarm, but he hears the profiler already discussing how the Butcher will try to create diversion by setting off an alarm to escape the arena, so Cooper backs off and makes his way to the upper floor. There, he targets a fast food stall, where he puts a glass bottle in hot oil, which explodes in a female employee's face and creates enough diversion for Cooper to steal an apron from there and walk to the rooftop, where he gets noticed by some security. They find him suspicious, but he handles them well by using the code word Hamilton and showing his security card that he stole earlier. As they let him go, he asks them about the old woman and finds out she's an intuitive profiler, especially working on Butcher's case. On his way back to the concert, he meets the worrisome Riley and takes her back to the concert, where Riley wishes to get selected by Lady Raven in the upcoming song because Lady Raven always picks one girl and takes her backstage besides singing by her side. The backstage part piques Cooper's interest, so he approaches an employee near him. While he's buttering him up, he finds out the employee is Lady Raven's uncle. He immediately lies about Riley having a terminal illness to gain his sympathy. The uncle approaches him later and breaks it to Riley that she's been selected to join Lady Raven on the stage, which makes her overjoyed. The uncle escorts Riley and Cooper to the stage, during which he doesn't let the security check Cooper. Once standing behind the stage, Cooper spots the profiler standing near their staircase, so he avoids eye contact with her. Once Riley joins Lady Raven on the stage and shares her moment with her, Jody gets so jealous that she throws her soda on her mom's face and screams at her. Just when the profiler is about to catch a glimpse of him, he helps a fainting girl by taking her to the medical tent and avoiding contact with the profiler. Meanwhile, another singer joins Lady Raven to close her show, after which Cooper and Riley are taken backstage. They wait for Lady Raven to finish meeting everyone, during which Cooper eavesdrops on Lady Raven talking to the profiler and finds out that the profiler is going to check all the men on their way out. An employee also shows Cooper and Riley a way out direct from the backstage, which is also packed with security and breaks down that only Lady Raven and her close ones are allowed to walk through the doors without being inspected. When Lady Rave joins them, Cooper whispers in her ears about Riley's made-up illness and requests to speak alone with her. When she takes him to his room, he comes out as Butcher to her and proves himself by showing her the footage of his recently captured victim. He blackmails her into giving him and Riley a ride in her limousine to avoid the security check, or else he'll operate from his phone and release a toxic fume in his victim's room to kill him within 5 minutes. Under a serious threat, she helps him walk through the security without being inspected and gives them a ride in her limousine, during which she insists on dropping them home rather than near their car. Riley finds it too good to deny, so she calls her mother and gets approval from her. Lady Raven greets Cooper's wife, Rachel, and his younger son, Logan. Rachel invites her inside, so Lady Raven joins her without hesitation. When singled out, Cooper threatens her not to tell his family anything, or else he'll kill his victim, but she does the opposite during a quick feast time. She strikes up a conversation about Butcher and tells everything the FBI has on him, including the torn tickets to her concert that they found in one of their safe houses, which made the FBI come up with the idea of trapping him in the concert. When she talks about the Butcher being a victim to his abusive mother, Cooper almost explodes and politely asks Raven that she leave. She doesn't give up and uses Riley's fondness of her to stay and play a song for her on the piano. Cooper shows her his phone screen and threatens her silently, but she makes Riley sit with her. She steals her phone, and once she's done with the song, she steals Cooper's phone and locks herself up in the bathroom. Cooper grows angry and bangs on the door, but his family stops him, wondering what's gotten into him. Meanwhile, Raven speaks to the victim through Cooper's phone and gets him to tell where he's held hostage. The guy claims that he couldn't see anything, besides a broken lion statue and the blue door, through which he was walked through by the Butcher. She immediately goes live on her social media and begs her fans to find the victim's spot by describing the details she's found from the victim. Now, she's scared to go outside, so she loudly tells Rachel that her husband is the Butcher. Cooper locks up his family and uses a spare key to open the door. When he takes back his phone, he finds out the people have rescued his victim. He holds Raven hostage and takes her to Riley's car, where she adapts the persona of his abusive mother to put an impact on him, but he figures out what she's doing and decides to kill her before committing suicide. When the garage doors open, he finds his family blocking his way. He doesn't want his two lives colliding, so he lets Raven go and locks the garage door. Raven takes them to her car. Simultaneously, the profiler and her SWAT units show up. When they infiltrate the house, they find out Cooper's escaped through a secret tunnel lying in the kitchen's pantry. Raven is driven back to safety by a trooper, who turns out to be Cooper in disguise. He cuffs Raven to the limousine and decides to take her to his safe houses to do the deed. But she manages to break free from the cuffs and escape in a large crowd that's gathered around the limousine for her. The profiler and the SWAT units show up. They shoot at the limo and try to arrest Cooper, only to find him gone. While Cooper blends in the crowd and escapes, Raven shows up at the victim's site and hugs him, knowing she saved him. Back in the house, the profiler offers Rachel a safe house stay with her kids, who are now at her sister's, but Rachel chooses to stay. Hence, the profiler leaves behind some of her troopers. Late at night, Cooper shows up and startles Rachel, whose entire body trembles, knowing her husband is the Butcher. Through their back-and-forth conversation, it is revealed that Butcher has figured out that Rachel was the one setting him up after she doubted him for having an affair and following him to one of his safe houses, where she figured her husband is a killer and purposefully plotted torn pieces of Raven's concert tickets for the FBI to find out and scheme their trap. He wants to kill Rachel, but she convinces him to have a last piece of pie before that, during which he expresses pure hatred for Rachel, because he will never get to see his kids because of what she's done. Once he's done with the pie, he checks the leftovers with his fingers and figures Rachel has drugged him with the medicine he uses on his victims. As he gets lightheaded, he sees the ghost of the old woman on the front door. It turns out he's been seeing his mother's ghost all this time. He walks towards her while engaging in a conversation, but in reality he walks into the trap and gets tased by the troopers. However, the tasers have no effect on his, and he continues to poke one of the men's eyes out, but the profiler barges in and tases him until he falls to the ground. They restrain him and bring him out, where Riley is driven back to see him for the last time. She hugs him while crying relentlessly. The FBI separates the two and locks Cooper inside the truck. The film ends with Cooper taking out bendable metal wire from his sleeve, which he uses to break free from his cuffs and laugh out loud like an evil maniac. I hope you liked the story recap. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching and see you next time.